Hey, welcome back to the channel. Everybody, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button on your way in and make sure you comment down below. Let me know where you guys are from. If you're a fan of Young Dolph, Lil Boosie, PNB Rock, or Duke the Jeweler. So let's get right into it, man. So, hey, first of all, the only way that they know that this could have been a backdoor setup is because they didn't let Duke the Jeweler just get in his car and leave. Like, one thing you got to understand is you see this black truck. This black truck, I want you guys to look at this picture and really look in and zoom in with your eyes and see that they really didn't let him get in his car. Like, they know that once he got in his car with the $1 million of jewelry, that he was gone. He was going to get away. Like, y'all got to understand, he had the Louis Vuitton duffel bag and everything, and somebody carried it out. It was a book bag and a duffel bag. Like, that was already what he was carrying on his way to his car, and they recognized it from the Instagram story. Like, they know what he had on him, and they say, okay, he's the jeweler. He's already wearing this, so the jewels must be in that bag right there. And you see Boosie was with him. Boosie was there during the whole entire dice game. And once they went to the concert, it was only until after he watched Boosie's act and he tried to go back into his car, that's when they followed him out. And it was multiple people who went out that back door, and they were walking out the side door, backdooring, and literally two different groups of people. And you see Duke go and reach for he had his keys in his hand and unlocked it. The little light came on underneath the side view mirror and lit his pathway to get to the door. As soon as he tried to reach for the door with his left hand, that's when you hear the echo of the two shots going on into that back driveway alley. And this is the shipping and receiving, the loading docks of the whole concert venue. Like, this happened right at the concert. Like, this whole thing is just a revolve into all the people that's involved. Like, you got to understand, Jay Prince was at the dice game and he lost, and that's what caused Duke to have more money on him. Like, they say, no, wait after the dice game. Oh, he won a bunch of money. Wait until after the concert. Maybe he's going to bring more jewelry out. Maybe he's got more stuff coming in. And so they waited until the absolute right moment, and at the end, they denied him from getting into that car, that same black truck. That black truck was moved, man. And one thing you got to understand is that you got to know Lil Boosie knows. How does he not know? He knows exactly what's going on, man. This is his jeweler. This is Duke the Jeweler we talking about. And a lot of the people from Chicago who's really big time supporters of Duke, and he was helping a lot of people out, they're trying to get to the bottom of this and saying, like, why is it that it's taking forever to figure this out? Like, everybody knows what's really going on here, and that this could have been an entire backdoor situation. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that the people who was around Duke the Jeweler ended up turning against him. Like, that's one thing for sure. And the second thing is that even though he didn't have no security, it's like, why can't somebody just be able to exist without having security? Like, you got to understand, you cannot rely on somebody else to be protecting you. You have to be able to protect yourself. But it's like, why is it that they couldn't just let the man be himself and walk around and not have to worry about getting robbed or stuck up or having a shakedown happen and, firing on him? Like, why can't he just get in his car and leave? Why do you have to make it into a dangerous situation for everybody and taking something from somebody else? You shouldn't be doing that. And people shouldn't have to be worried around that they have to walk around with security everywhere and have to be strapped up to a T like they're in the army or something. No. So it's like that mindset that caused the people to act like that, that's making it the way it is. Like, you have to basically learn from the situation and know that you can't be going down this type of lifestyle. You can't be hanging around nobody that acts like this, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a tipping point, a boiling point for everybody, where they get too jealous, they get too greedy, and, too caught up in the feelings, and they do crazy things, and they do this in public, and cameras are around, CCTV footage, and all of that, that's going to catch him up. And so, like, is it really worth 25 years? So you have to ask yourself these type of questions. And when they release the footage of everything that happened to Duke the Jeweler, you're going to see that it was exactly what we was talking about. If you go back and binge watch all of my videos, you will understand the whole situation on what led to the consequences and what happened to the young man. So one thing for sure is that, Lil Boosie gets the call from Jay Prince, and they got to handle the situation like grown men. Like, they have to basically, give their condolences out, just like I'm doing condolences to Duke the Jeweler. And they really got to go and talk to the family and figure out like exactly what's to be done. Like, when you look at the footage and you say, okay, if this person came with Boosie or whatever, right, they got to sort all of that stuff out and make sure that it's no type of, no love lost in the situation. You can't just take everything personally. And, that's why, like I would say, Boosie shouldn't even had all those people around at his concert. Like, you have to move in a light pack. Like, you can't have so many people. Like, look at everyone that was at the Dice game. Look at everybody that came at the concert. It's too many people, man. It's too many different factors. One of them is going to go crazy. One of them is going to do something. Like, look at all these people, man. You can't be riding around 30 deep with everybody. Like, one of them is going to have an issue, an argument. Something's going to happen. Somebody's going to get robbed. Some crazy stuff always goes on when you involve a lot of people. Anything after midnight you do is nothing good happens. That's why a lot of people keep saying that. And so it's like, when it got late night and dark at this concert, and you got all these people following Duke the Jeweler out that back exit, and he's just trying to get to his car so he can make it back home safe. And that's when they attack. And, we're waiting for all the footage to be released from this so that they can show you him going into the entrance with his badge and his guest visitors pass. And he got escorted right directly to Boosie's dressing room, where he was at, chilling and pouring up his drink. And he watched Boosie perform for a little bit. And once he was heading back to the dressing room and grabbed his bags and was ready to go put it in his car, he had that Louis bag with him. He had that Louis duffel bag and that backpack. And it was a few people who followed him out that same exact exit door. And it said push. He pushed the door open. And the guys caught it with their foot right before the door was about to close, so they didn't have to make that same sound of pushing the metal bar. And basically, they followed him out, and it's a dim pathway to the car. That's why Duke had to hit the unlock button so that the light on the side view mirror lights up and the brake light also illuminates. And then that's when they pulled their masks down. They had ski masks and dark clothing. And that's when they came up to him behind him and put something. He felt the cold piece of metal touch the back of his neck and back. And that's when he realized that the situation that he was in was a bad one. And so he turned around and faced the guy that had the ski mask down. And he looked the man in the eyes and he said, "I didn't do nothing to you. Why y'all doing this?" And basically they asked for all of his jewelry. They said, "You have to give it up. This is over with now." And he said no, and they fought over it for a little bit. And you heard the two pops go off and they take off running, hop into the Hellcat, and then the guy came running after to help.